Goodness. Why I wanted to start out completely in the wrong direction, but we're going to paint this hand. I already painted this hand, but let me share this link. Okay. Ha, you can see my legs. All right. So first we're going to start out with this one from ILNP. It's called Shadow Grove. Hi, Brienne. Welcome. We're going to do a little paint job here. I have these polygel nails on, but I just paint on top of them. See. I am not left-handed, so I do paint a little slow when I'm working this direction. But it's all right. I've got some stamps that I'm going to put on top of these. I've already made them up, though. This is so pretty. It's like this super dark blackened gold. I really like it. I'm going to use it on 2 of the nails, and then one of them, this one, I'm going to be putting this gold and silver glitter topper, because this one's going to have a stamp on it. It's a pretty good coat. I don't think I need to put some more on that, so it's pretty good. Okay. Hi, who's here? Hi, Red Clown Forever. Hello, B. Thank you. It's so pretty. And then for these middle 2 and the thumb, we're going to do this one. It is Forget Me Not Lacquer, and it is called Gilded Glamour. Super, super pretty. Very sparkly. I've got such a tight little workspace here because I've got these stamps over here to the side in my way. All right. Then, as I had mentioned, I'm not left-handed, so I paint a little slow with my non-dominant hand. And it's a little shaky, but that's because of how much caffeine I drink. Ah, look how pretty that is. That's so nice. Here we go. Yeah, I like this one. I think there's reflective glitter in there. It kind of looks like it, but there's definitely these flakes. And they're kind of greeny, kind of goldy. Pretty, pretty. Oh, you like my tattoos? Thank you. I had to have this one done twice because the ink fades out of your fingers, but I won't do it again. It hurts like hell the further you get down here. Sorry, while I'm painting these, I've got my head kind of up under the camera so I can look at my fingers really well. Okay. That's pretty good, I think. Okay. I have this nail dryer here. It's from Savvyland, and it is hot and cold, and it's motion censored, which is super cool. So I'm going to stick my hand in here for a minute. I like to give it about 30 seconds, and then we'll put a quick dry top coat on because we need to do that before we can do art. This is going to be such a quick set. Hi, 85. How are you guys' Sunday going? Doing anything fun? Doing any nail painting? I did these a little earlier while I was watching someone else's live stream. I used a different ILMP polish. It was magnetic. And then these are some other Pretty Fingers by Robin stamping plates. I just thought this was super cute, but the other hand is going to be a very different vibe. Oh my, those are some interesting emojis. You like them? Big black for tacos. I love tacos. Thank you. All right, that was in there for 90 seconds because I wasn't watching. Sèche Vive is my favorite quick dry top coat. It's thick and juicy. It gives like a gloss gel-like finish, and so that's the way I like this one. So we're just going to go ahead and stick that on there real quick. Almost got them all on there. One more. There we go. Now we can dry those. If you guys are new here, which I think you are because I don't recall seeing your names before, definitely hit the subscribe button. I do all kinds of nail stuff. Got a ton of videos. So there's definitely something over there that you're gonna like if you want to go check those out. But for now, definitely hit the like button for this video. The algorithm thanks you, and so do I. I see there's 23 people in here. Thank you all for coming. I appreciate you. We're just hanging out for a hot little minute while I paint these nails. Once this top coat is dry, we're going to stick on the nail stamps. Let me show them to you. So I made this mermaid. This is the back side because I've reverse stamped them. And then I've got these bottles and these little glasses. And then I've got this little set of numbers I'm making a clock out of. I do have to put this topper on the pinky though first. All right. So this one's really interesting. It is also a forget-me-not called Tinsel Toes. It's got these little like wiggly glitters. There's silver ones and gold ones. And then there's little gold circly fleck bits. And so this is really the decoration for the pinky since it's not getting a stamp. There we go. I'm just going to wipe under the edges and push that back up so we don't have those glitters hanging off. Let me show them to you. That's what that looks like. So they're just kind of crazy. But I figured it was pretty festive, as if it were like one of those confetti poppers. That's kind of the vibe I get with that topper. All right. So now we get to put on stamps. This is a sticky base coat. I get it from Amazon. I like to use this. So I paint it on, give it about 30 seconds to get semi-dry and tacky, and then just stick my stamps to it. If I can open it. There we go. You don't want to put too thick of a layer because then it takes a longer time to dry. And then I only do typically 1 or 2 nails at a time because if you do too many, it'll be too dry by the time you get to it. So we're going to do this one. I'm just counting in my head the 30 seconds. All right. Now I'm just gonna touch the edge. It's still a little bit too wet. I like to test it on the edge. That way I don't leave fingerprints across the nice smooth finish. So give that a little bit longer. All right. So for this nail, we're doing this stamp with these bottles and bubbles. I'm going to try and look at it like this. There we go. And those bubbles just flow right up on off. And then I can use a little cleanup brush to kind of clean up this little edge where that bubble is kind of hanging off of the paint. To clean your stampers, just use a lint roller or some tape. That's all you gotta do. Good as new. Now let's put some sticky on this next finger. There we go. And while that one is drying, let's go ahead and get this bubble. There we go. That looks good, I think. What do you think? Cute. This bottle, this glass one, it kind of blends in, even though the polish I used to color it in was not the same polish on the back. It's actually this one. I got it in a decant from Danglefoot. It's called I've Got the Dreaded Lurgy, and it's like this glittery gold green shimmer. So it does have a very similar colorway, but a different texture. And I thought that would make a fun liquid for a drink. Hey Jess, how are ya? We're just doing a little bit of nail art. Here's what I've got over here. Little It's Freezing Season nails. Baby, it's cold outside. They're super cute. It is the perfect time for some chili. Actually, I just ate some Southwest burrito bowl, technically, but like in a plate. And it had, well, I would say it had meat. No, it didn't. It's vegan. But there was beans and corn and something in there. It was very chili-esque and warm and delicious. Thanks. You like them? I do too. This is what we got for these. These are from my Christmas polishes that I got. My mom got these for me. Isn't that nice of her? I picked them out though. All right, let's see about that. Okay. Now for this nail, we're going to put this mermaid. Let's get her on there as centered as I possibly can. I'm so bad at this part. There we go. Let's see. Looking at the sides, it actually seems like it's pretty evenly spaced between the two. So that's what that looks like. And you can see in this glass, I used that same little polish for the liquid. So it's slightly different, but it does blend in there pretty well, actually. And then for the tail of the mermaid, I actually used this. So it's from Chameleon. I can't hang on to it. Goodness. But I picked it because it's got these gold glitters. And it's actually a thermal. So it's between a dark green and a light green, which I thought would give a little like secret fun variety. Because I guess depending on how the temperature is, the mermaid might have a dark tail and might have a light tail. And so I was like, ooh, a little something, something. You know, sneak it in there. Your nails tear? Like the nail itself or the paint? Is it Nathalie, Jez? Christmas ghosties? That'll be cute. You like that green? I do too. It'll make a really nice full nail at some point, probably. Well, I was going to say in the spring, but maybe. We'll see. I feel like it's more of a fall vibe. All right. Let's put the sticky on this one. This is the one we're going to put the clock on, so we need to get that to start drying. So here's the clock. I'm doing these gold numbers, and then there's these little sticks. They're on the same plate so that I can set the time for what I want it to say. I'm going to try really hard not to stick those to my nail. There's a chance that I will have to remove them and take them and re-put them on here. But if that's the case, like that's not difficult at all. It would only take a second. I'm hoping though that with as skinny as this nail is, I just get these middle 3 numbers and then the others hang off the edge and then I won't have to worry about it. So pretty. Just waiting that time for this to get semi-dry. All right, I think that's enough. And again, we're gonna try and do it centered. I know y'all can't see because neither can I. This is my crooked finger. Got the 7. I'm trying to get that 11 on there without getting the 10. I did it. Okay. We've got the numbers that we wanted without getting those extra ones, which means the sticks are still okay. I'm going to remove these numbers so I don't accidentally stick them. I should have just did that before, but you know, brains and all. So we want this to say like 5 minutes to midnight. So we need the short stick. Goodness, this is kind of hard. Because I can't see the depth at this weird angle. Okay, got that one on there. It's not exactly in the center, but whatever. Whatever. We do what we can. I'm going to point this one at the 11. There we go. Perfect. It's coming up on midnight. That's good enough. Is it centered? Absolutely not. It's okay. All right, let's see what y'all talking about. Thank you, girl. Let's put our sticky over here on this thumb. That's our last one we got to decorate. Such a fast nail design. And it really didn't take very long for me to color in the stamps either. But you can always do those ahead of time because nothing's going to happen to them while they sit there. This sticky base coat makes it to where you can stick it to your nail no matter how long they've been sitting out because they're going to be dry and you want them that way. So like even if you prepare your nail stamps a day in advance, an hour in advance, a week in advance, it doesn't matter. And then you can just go and throw your paints on. Thank you. It's the same one that I used to paint these, actually. But you can see it because it's not obstructed by all the things. Yeah, I really like it. It is very sparkly, and I am a sucker for a sparkle. Just waiting for this to dry a little bit. I think it's just a little bit longer, not much. Yeah, you see it now. You know, I have a variety of golds, but this one's just so pretty. I'm not, like, I don't prefer, like, the antique gold, which is this kind. It's like this dark, dingy gold. It's not my favorite, but it's just so complimentary to what I had going here. And because, like, this one is so dark, it wouldn't have made very much sense to put it with a yellow gold. And then, like, this is the paint that I used for the numbers on the clock. And it's more of a dingy gold. I have a lot more of them. Yellow golds sometimes are hard to recognize the yellowness because they just get so shiny. Snapshot Sniper, hello. Do you really believe that nails this short would have any effect on that at all? All right, that's dry enough. Let's put this on. I'm going to try and get it on there straight. We are going to see. Let me stabilize my hand over here as best as possible. All right, all right, all right. And we got it on there. Heck yeah, I was a little bit worried about whether I was going to get those words to fit or if it was going to hang off. But it just barely did get on there, and it goes all the way from the side to the side. So that's pretty good. You can see in these drinks, I used that same other liquid, and so it does blend in a little bit. But I like to use this blue shimmer. It's like a blue, whatever this is, and white to make glass. It's the same polish I actually used to make ghosts. I have a green one as well, because it gives it like a cast of there is a color there, but it's also kind of frosty. And so I feel like that's just a lot more sensible than leaving it clear, because then you really couldn't see it that well. Thanks, girl. I appreciate you. You're always so nice to me. Now we need to aqua top. Maniology's aqua topper is a staple for nail art. This will protect your hard work from being ruined by your top coat. It does take a little bit of time to dry before you put on your final top coat, but it is necessary. You can use it on top of nail stamping. You can use it on top of hand-painted nail art. You can use it on top of water decals. And you can use it on top of like marbling or transfer foils. That's the word I was looking for. If you use transfer foils with star glue, you can use it on top of all kinds of nail art, because ultimately the point is to protect your art no matter how you made it. Now, if you're using gel, you don't need this, because gel does not melt nail polish, but nail polish top coat does. And so you don't want to ruin your art. And the reason that you would use it on top of it, like a transfer foil or something like that, is because those will crack. So as your quick dry top coat dries, it shrinks, and it can cause your like foils and things, physical things in there, to stretch and crack them apart, water decals included. All right, so those have the aqua topper. I'm going to stick it in the nail dryer over here for about 60 seconds, and then we will put sèche vive. It's funny because the live has been going for almost 30 minutes, but it feels like it's been maybe 10 minutes. A quick set of nails is still a bit time consuming, but like I could easily sit here and do a set of nails that takes 2 hours because of the complexity, and you just don't notice when you're having a good time. I love painting my nails, so 30 minutes is no time. All right, let's pull that out. Now, we're going to put this on. Once you put your top coat on top of your aqua topper, if your aqua topper is not super dry or it has like thick spots, it can turn cloudy, but you don't need to worry about it, because as it does finish drying, it'll turn back clear. So that's totally fine. Don't be alarmed. You haven't ruined anything. If you have not hit the subscribe button yet, go ahead and do so. We're getting closer to the 10,000 subscribers, And once we get there, I'm going to have a giveaway. And I have so much cool stuff. There's going to be multiple winners, but like there's equipment and there's like nail products. So we've got some gel, we've got some nail polish, we've got stamping stuff. There's a couple of drills, a couple of lights. There's a little dust collector, all kinds of stuff. And so you'll be able to enter for the items that you want, and you don't have to enter for items you don't want, because I'm going to separate them into like small collections. So like you can win bundle number 1 or bundle number 2, blah, 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 like that. But we got to get to that 10,000 subscribers first. So definitely join us so that you'll have a chance at winning some of that stuff. We'll do it in a live stream. Let's get this on here. Okay. Perfecto. You can see that like there's a little bit of fog on that one and a little bit of fog on this one over here, but that will turn back clear, so it's not a problem. Let me go ahead and stick this in. Yeah. Set aside the evening, relax, paint your nails. I like to listen to books while I do mine, but if you like music, listen to some of that or watch a show that you like. It's very therapeutic, I think. And if you guys don't know, I do have a second channel. It's called Megan Makes It, MEGAN MAXIT. And over there is where I do things that are not nails. Like nails is my main vibe, but over there I post like food things, clothes things, side hustle things. So if you're into those kinds of content, that is over there, but it's mostly short form. So it's a bunch of reels, not much in the way of live streams and long videos, though they do exist. They're just much more rare. So you can definitely check that out if you're into that stuff. And of course, both of my channels have the associated TikToks and Instagrams. I do also have a YouTube where everything goes together. Or pardon me, YouTube, no, Facebook. My Facebook has everything. It all posts there too. All right, so that has been in the lamp for about 90 seconds. Let's have a little look, see? It's nice and smooth. This one's got a little bit of a rough spot where one of these glitters, I can feel it, but that's all right. It doesn't bother me much. Yeah, girl. You're probably already following me, though. Yeah, check it out if you're not. I've discovered this little, like, meal from Aldi recently. There's a bunch of them, and I've been doing shorts on those. They're pretty cool. Yeah. Here's what we got. Shiny and gold and celebration-y, New Year's-y. I think they're cute. What do you think? Let's put some cuticle oil on. Y'all remember, oil your cuticles. It's good for your nail health. And when you keep your cuticles in good condition, you rarely get hangnails. And hangnails suck. So if you can avoid getting them, do that. Keep this stuff everywhere. Put it at your desk, put it in your car, put it in your bag, put it on your nightstand, put it on your end table, just wherever you are. That way you can, if you're sitting there, put it on there. Thank you. I think they're cute. We're running out of this season, and then here come January, I'm about to be doing some birthday nails. So I'm absolutely looking forward to that. There we go. Nice and shiny. All right, thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me, for checking out these nails. These stamping plates are from Pretty Fingers by Robin. If you don't know her, she does have a Facebook group and she does have a website. That's how it's spelled. But she makes indie nail plates, and there's all kinds of really cool stuff. So definitely go check that out if you're into nail stamping. Yes, birthday nails. But thank you again. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.